Ivo can't sleep without knowing what's going on. So we're putting our clothes back on.
Ugh.
And I'm walking downstairs, Raccoon in the backpack, and
Raccoon has a weapon ready.
No, please
Raccoon
do not.
unhappy about having to come along.
Yes.
But hey, with you there, maybe we can good cop bad cop these guys. But
do you have an idea for that triumph? I can give you one.
Can I make them talk to me with the triumph? Like, is that doable?
No.
Okay, what would you give me?
I would give you that there is there's a very, very small iron tower presence in this town.
Oh.
There's only one tower, and it is next to Faraday Ironworks on the complete opposite side of town.
Right. Okay, but at least now I have an idea of where these two are from.
Do you have an idea for Lila's advantages? Or I can give you an idea.
Yeah, let's go with you giving me an idea, because
Well,
so,
how about this? Well, because I have an idea, and we can roll with it if you think it's a good idea.
Okay.
But we're saying that the raccoon's going to be riding in my backpack. Can they, like, not be aware of her?
That's what I guess, I was trying to hide anyways.
Okay.
Like I not that they're completely unaware of her, like they may have saw us together in the graveyard, but that she didn't come down out of the room with me.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a small cool
So,
thing. Okay.
As you come out of the door to this inn, you can see two figures again in the graveyard wearing the white cloaks that are sort of just billowing a little bit in the mist. And they're both Dvergar.
Oh, they're both Dvergar. Great. Hey, we're all the same. I mean, that's got to be worth something, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't trust anybody.
What?
So.
Okay, as we start walking towards them, do they change their stance or their body language or anything like that? Like, even if they like kind of put their hands over their weapons or whatever, like I don't want to walk up to them like I'm a threat, and I don't want them to be reaching for weapons or anything.
They do kind of what they did the first time you saw the paladins in here, which was to look at you, being like aware that you see them, they see you.
Yeah.
And then they turn, look over their shoulder, and walk into the fog.
Okay.
They just walked away?
I think they want us to follow them.
No! Oh my gosh, I can't do anything. You're the one in control. You have the legs.
You can talk to me. Let's talk about it. Like, why wouldn't you want to follow them?
I would like a check from Lila.
Yeah.
And I would like it to be...
For cool? Could it be cool?
I would like it to be a knowledge check, which I see are all 3 greens for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can have 2 boost dice.
Heck yeah.
And it is against 2 purples, and I'll flip one of my story points to make one of them a red. So it's against a purple and a red.
Okay.
So knowledge,
lore. They're called like lore,
Oh,
geography,
lore.
history.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was looking for the K's. Okay, and then you said I get 2 boosts?
Yep.
And 2 purples?
And a red and a purple.
Oh, all right, here we go. I got
5 successes.
5 successes and 2 threats.
Okay. So as you cross into the graveyard, you are bombarded with that cold. And Lila remembers the lesson that she was in today
Heck yeah.
about Holdas and about how they look like the thing that you want.
Okay.
No, Ivo, no. I learned
Why?
about these ghosts the other day. I learned about them today.
What ghosts?
The ghosts that transform to look like what you really want. What do you see right now?
They're 2 paladins. They're Dvergar. They're just like me.
Exactly.
We're brothers.
You want to have family and you want to be accepted. You can't talk to you. Don't go in there. It's a trap.
I trust you. I'll take your word for this. This is a pretty ghostly, creepy place, and they weren't talking to me, and they didn't wave. They weren't being friendly. Okay, we'll go back upstairs. I'm sorry for dragging you out here. I just was so excited. I thought
I know.
maybe they heard about our exploits.
I know. I
mean, we did pretty fantastic today.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's not wise.
Okay.
So you've entered the cemetery, and
No.
the feeling
Yeah. Well, you
The
have
feeling.
feelings. So.
here is just overwhelming. There's cold and just this oppressive air. And as the 2 of you turn to go, I'm spending those 2 threats. As you turn, you spot something in the fog, not even 5 feet away from you. And I need a fear check from both of you.
Okay. So we don't have like a fear
No.
roll.
So
Do we
fear
roll
is
cool?
your choice of cool or discipline.
I'm better at discipline.
Better at cool.
Yeah, you are.
Can I get a boost for my education?
No, because it's not a holda.
Drain.
Yeah.
Dang it.
It's tall. Its arms are long and dangle past its knees. It's got long fingers that maybe shadow or maybe something else. And it's going to be against 3 purples.
All right, this is how we die. 1
Is it,
success, 2 threats, and 1 triumph.
I'm not rolling hot. I have 0 successes and 1 threat.
Okay. So Lila kept her cool. Ivo, not really.
Right.
This thing feels your presence. It feels the warmth coming from you, and it wants that warmth. And
Oh,
you see
no.
those long arms elongate even more,
Nope.
and those long fingers start to peek through the fog.
Oh, I'm gonna conjure. Can I use one of my triumphs to like take my salty metal shards and like throw them like with my hand with like knives, like little tiny shards?
You want to roll an attack?
Yes, please.
Okay. You can do that.
Okay.
And that's with primal this time?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta roll primal for the first time.
Ooh.
All right. So here's the fun part about this.
Oh, boy.
So basic attack is easy. It's just 1 purple. But then you get to decide what other things you want to do.
Let's do deadly.
Okay. So that's 2 purples.
That's 2 purples.
Yep.
Total or because
Yep.
of the deadly?
Oh, okay.
Total.
So
Yeah.
okay, so
There you go.
I have 1 yellow, 2 green, and 2 purples. Be good to me, good to me. Oh, hey.
All right.
That's
Hey,
that's weird.
good.
How does this oh gosh,
Because
1
I-
advantage, 1 triumph, but no successes. Okay.
So what were you attempting to do?
So whatever, like I had the small salter shards in my hand, and I see them like I would say my advantage would be is because I'm hidden, but like I see them out of the corner of my eye, and I just take my clean raccoon hands that I was so ready for bed for to do my ritual all over again, and she's just gonna go like toss her hand out all the way across with her arm extended to stop the extending tentacles.
And these little bits of metal shoot out from where Lila is hiding on Ivo's shoulder. And as they hit this ghost in the fog, the spaces where it hits, the ghost's essence just opens up into little circles and they just pass right through. You have an advantage and a triumph on this.
I'm
So
gonna say
you did not hit, but something good.
1 triumph is that Ivo and I can start booking it out of there.
Your triumph can be that you get all the way back to the 3rd shift
Yeah.
if you want.
We are never, ever going out by ourselves ever again. Do you understand me? We are not experienced ghost hunters.
Well, what you did was pretty cool, but
I don't care how cool it was.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Don't be embarrassed.
I didn't mean to put you in danger.
Lila's just like in her mom mode right now. she's like,
I am sorry. Thank you for acting so quickly. I was so scared I didn't even know what to do. I guess I'm not as heroic as I
you're heroic. There's a difference between being courageous and being foolish.
Yeah, sure. I guess tonight I was foolish.
It's
So,
okay. We'll
I
learn.
guess like Ivo went from this high, just like, well, he was scared of it. He went from like on this high to being like, he realized he was almost tricked, at least according to his
Mhm.
closest friend. He was tricked by a ghost and then scared by another. And we just barely got out, Maybe you're right. It was silly to go back in there. I thought they were going to help us,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to sleep now.
Okay, now we have to check the room again, and now I have to wash
You
my
get back
hands
up to
again.
your room.
So,
Yeah.
Yep, you do all of your
a nightly
evening
routine.
routine again.
Ivo doesn't. Ivo just goes to bed and like puts like a pillow over his head. Like it's one of those embarrassing moments where like you just wish you could melt away. Like,
Aw.
Yeah. I think with Ivo's failed fear check,
yeah.
Ivo, for your threat, you're going to take 1 strain.
Okay.
And for the failure, maybe you don't really sleep it off like you normally would.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed.
I mean, like if I can't do this, that's okay. I don't want to like completely counteract the theme that we're setting up, the mood, I should say the mood that we're setting up. But I do have that talent where after an encounter I can, but you know what? I'm afraid and I'll take it. I'm just going to take the strain hit. I can't do it. He just feels dumb. And Ivo does. So Ivo just like burritos himself in his little cot and puts his pillow over his face and just goes to sleep. Probably has a bad dream.
Lila gets a good night's sleep, but I think Ivo keeps hearing sounds from the cemetery.
Ugh. Yeah, true. He doesn't want to look out the window, but it's that whole thing of like you don't want to look because you just know that if you look, you're going to see something peeking in at you again.
Yeah. And at this time of night, at this time of year, it's almost winter. The nights are long. The ghosts are brightest. And I think
Of course.
it's as if lanterns are passing by your window every once in a while, and you get that reflection up on the edge of it.
And it makes the shadows in the room long, and it's like those fingers creeping out of the fog all over again.
It's no wonder this room was cheap.
Gosh.
The two of you wake up the next morning. Lila feels refreshed.
So great last night. Oh, so refreshing. Wasn't it, Ivo? To have a nice, long, restful nap.
Well, I need to ask, so the two of you get ready for your day.
Okay.
And you head downstairs. What's for breakfast?
Ooh.
Ivo always eats high protein breakfast, so it's like eggs and bacon and sausage and like biscuits with sausage gravy. Ivo's less talkative this morning too, so he'll eat his breakfast without his like usual cheerfulness.
Can Lila do an observance check like on Ivo's?
You got to describe your breakfast first.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, all right. So
these places they see travelers from all over the place too, so they're pretty much ready for anything that anybody wants.
all right.
Their menus are large. They're used to having the sea kith coming in off the ocean and Kanara who only eat vegetables. And
This might be a dumb question, but with like bird people being part of your world, are eggs okay? Like,
yeah,
because there's a difference between like chickens and then like the sentient bird people. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think Lila's gonna have a crepe, and
Those
some-
ones from last night, the dessert really like struck a chord.
Yeah,
You had cranberry crepes last night.
yeah. And so, did I say crepes last time too?
Yeah, we made
Did I
crepes.
really?
Yeah,
Oh man, it must be the baby.
You made crepes with Agatha. Yeah.
yeah. And we
That's right.
we had like I traded with some berries from the travelers that I
That's
met. We
right.
made berry crepes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
you
yeah.
do it again.
I do it again, but I have eggs with my breakfast and OJ and
Oh, you can't get orange
can't
juice
get
this
orange
far
juice.
this far
that's
east.
right. It's a citrus thing. I forgot. What kind of juice is available?
Lots of teas. It's late fall, so you could probably get apple juice or cider.
I'm gonna go with.
Somebody loves herself
Pumpkin.
a London fog.
I do love London fogs, so but we'll call it the third shift fog. So.
What is that? What's in that?
It's going to be a real London fog has Earl Grey, brown sugar, steamed milk, and vanilla in it. So yeah.
So they can do that. Tea with
Yeah.
steamed milk, vanilla, and what was the last bit?
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar. They add lavender as well.
Yes. It's third shift fog. I made it a thing. So yeah, but I just want to see how Ivo's doing because I know I lectured him last night before going to bed, So
Yeah, he looks tired.
he's tired.
You could do a general perception check of Ivo in the space if you want.
Do I have to roll any
I
disadvantages?
mean, I think part
One
of
purple.
him, I think part of him talking a lot is that he just emotes in general. So even though he's not talkative today, it's very obvious why. He's not hiding
know.
anything. It's very obvious that he
I
just
want to be
still
able
feels.
to roll to see if I can cheer your spirits up.
Okay.
So, because
That would be a leadership check, actually.
oh, okay, just kidding. Hold on.
But there is still a perception check that you can do in this room.
Okay.
Why don't you roll the perception as well?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just do that. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll roll perception, but I want to do a leadership check first on Ivo because that's
Okay.
what's more important. Can I get a boost because he's my longtime friend and I care about him?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
That's two
Two
successes
successes.
and 2 advantages. Nice.
Great.
okay. So as we're sitting at the table, Lila's just going to say to Ivo, like, I know I was a little harsh last night and I wasn't trying to make you feel bad or in any type of way. I just really care about you as my friend.
No,
You know?
you don't have to apologize. You were right, and if we're gonna survive to be heroes someday, then I need to keep my wits about me.
Just
You were right. It's okay. I understand.
just don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up about it. You know, there's so you don't get wisdom and you don't get knowledge or understanding without making a few mistakes in life. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How's your breakfast?
I mean, these biscuits are so buttery and the gravy's so good and it's just so meaty.
That's why they call them graveyard biscuits, right? Because they're gray.
Oh my gosh.
It's on the menu. Graveyard biscuits.
With gravy. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yes, gravy yard.
Graveyard biscuit.
That was solid.
So, anyways, now can I roll perception for the room to see who's in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I have one purple, right? Just kind of get the vibe of the room and everything. See if we see.
Well, I've
any-
got something specific that you can notice with this. I'd like to make it 2 purples.
2 purples. Okay.
Don't forget that if you ever want to, you can flip a story point to change your
I
green
Change
to yellow.
one of those to a yellow.
I don't. Oh.
We need to see this probably. We have 2 story points. It's up to you.
I just don't know what I'm looking. I'm just looking to see, like, who's here, like, if
Right.
anybody died last night or.
And he said it's something specific, so he knows.
Yeah,
There is
so-
also something. Yeah, I'll give you all that, but there is something specific in this space.
All right,
that you could potentially notice.
All right, I'm gonna take a look around.
Oh, 2 successes.
Hey.
There you go. You're
Okay.
rolling a lot better than me.
It's a computer.
It's true. So the 2 of you finish up breakfast, and your plates are cleared, and are going to make your way out to the foundry, to Faraday Ironworks. Is that your plan for the morning?
I think so, but do we want to
Absolutely.
look at?
Yeah, that's where we're going. We're going to go to the foundry first.
Do we want to go look at that statue first? or no?
Not first. no.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're
Okay.
a little still.
As you begin to head out, Lila, your attention is caught by those old images on the wall and that map of the graveyard, and
Ivo, did you see that?
you see somebody who you recognize as Jonathan Quincy Applegate, the big guy holding up the lantern in the center of town with his family. And yeah, there are a lot of older images there. You see Applegate with a young woman who looks a lot like him and has the same sort of demeanor, and they both have the fancy rapiers on their belts, not as fancy as Arnold's yesterday, but clearly nicely made. So you saw yesterday through Arnold's window in his office, you could see the foundry, you know what it looks like.
Right.
You see an image here of that foundry with a very proud-looking Helbling standing in front of it. Now, a Helbling is about as tall as Ivo, maybe a little bit shorter, with hair from their toes to their neck, just all furry. And then
Okay.
they have a long tail with a little bush at the end.
Okay.
They also have sort of like slit nostrils like a dog or a mouse.
Okay.
But you get the idea that that is actually these are the people who founded the foundry.
Okay. Can I get a little closer to that picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see this person, Randall Faraday. There's a little caption at the bottom with his son and daughter, Yvette and Emmerich.
Okay.
There are some more modern images. You see someone who is clearly Agatha and Arnold as young people, sort of in dueling poses with each other. A few people you don't really recognize.
And you said Emmerich? Emmerich was...
There's a whole lot of family history.
Okay, gotcha.
So Jonathan Quincy Applegate, I believe you learned that Jonathan Quincy Applegate and Randall Faraday.
Yeah, they were the ones who...
They were friends.
Yeah.
And they founded Greenfield. And then they had a falling out.
Right.
So you actually do see a picture of them together on the wall, too.
I'm going to ask the bartender.
But who was Emmerich?
Emmerich, the little caption says that Emmerich is Randall's son.
Gotcha.
I forgot who
Randall Faraday. Randall Faraday.
And this was all about 130 years ago.
Right.
I'm going to ask the bartender or the whoever's running the third shift if they could tell me more about this photo.
Which one?
The one where the two of them are together, Randall and
Jonathan?
Jonathan, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I just want to ask a quick question too before we start that conversation. How long do these people live in? Would Emmerich still possibly be alive, or 130 years is even his generation gone?
Most types of people have something close to a human lifespan.
Okay, so even Emmerich would be gone. It would be like Emmerich's kid or even
grandchild,
yeah, at this point. So I mean, it was Kayla's role, so I don't know if I'm the one looking, but I'm wondering if it goes further, like on these photos, do we see like Emmerich's kids or Emmerich's kids?
You don't. So you see the photo of Randall with his son and daughter, and then you see one that Randall is clearly a bit older,
right, with a
different younger kid.
Okay, so maybe it goes down to that, his grandkid, Randall's grandkid,
great-grandkid,
who might still be alive today, but he probably even have kids at that point. Yeah. Okay, so if you wanted to talk to the bartender about it.
Yeah, I just asked for more information. Like, could you tell me more about this photo and why it's here, and who these people are?
What do you want this bartender to look like? What kind of person are they?
What are the ones that...
I feel like I default to a few.
What's the one with the antlers?
That was a deer, and that's kind of the same kind of person that was here last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, double shift.
Oh no, that would suck.
Yeah, it does. It does suck when you have to work a double or back to back. So yeah, I'll say it's the Deerin.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same Deerin, and she looks tired. She says, it's the history of the town. Which one were you looking at?
The one with Jonathan Applegate and Randall.
Faraday.
And Faraday, yeah. That one was drawn or copied, I'm not sure, when this town was founded. This area that we're in right now has been populated for, I don't know, 500 years, but the hill, the city of Greenfield didn't really start until about 150 years ago.
Okay.
And looking closer at the picture, I'm picturing one of them has a big pair of scissors, and it looks like they just cut a ribbon or something like that.
So was that picture of this inn? How long has this inn been open?
Oh, this inn's been here for, I'd say, 150 years. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's changed hands a number of times.
Would you mind is it in a frame?
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind if I just was able to take it out of the frame? There's just sometimes people hide crap behind frames. They do that. My grandpa does that. So
I think it's just a copy, though.
Sometimes
you take it off the wall, and she takes it out of the frame. Just don't let it smudge.
Oh, absolutely.
You can see that
I washed my hands.
Drawing.
So I take it out very gently.
Maybe if you roll really well, he'll let something be behind the
Okay. Yeah. Can I roll perception to see if there's like a map or just
From the founding of the town.
I don't know if there's going to be anything there.
I don't think there's anything there.
Well, it was a good try, Lila, but
Can I just hold it up in the
we've
light
got a lot
really
to do.
fast? Just really quick. Just
You hold it up to the light.
You just never know. And what if I see, like,
is the original lamp that was made, is it in that photo?
No.
No.
You would remember from yesterday, the lamp was the last thing that Applegate ever did. That was his last invention.
The other thing too is like I know his grandparents did it and my grandparents have done it where they like put like what the event was on the back with the date.
Yeah, they actually all have captions on the front.
Oh, okay. So
that one was the founding of Greenfield.
That just says the founding of Greenfield. I just wanted to know if there's anything special about it. Okay.
I think that this is going to be
just a nosy raccoon.
Less of a puzzle game, like with items. And we've got to figure out how these friends
became enemies. Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, so
once we unlock the people puzzles and their mysteries, then we'll find what we're looking for.
The Durin says, don't dig too deep.
So I'm going to put the picture back all nice and pretty for her and have Ivo hang it back up for me.
I mean, Occam's razor would say that it's just a money thing. You know, that's what people get angry about.
Okay.
I'm just saying. If we just follow the money.
Yeah, I know.
We will get into trouble and we will also find the bottom of this. But that's what everything's pointing to. Everything's pointing to the fact that they just fell out, and ever since the fallout, the school has suffered monetarily and the foundry's doing fine.
Right. So let's go to the foundry.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for breakfast. It was delicious. I hope you get some sleep.
Thank you. My shift should be over soon. The two of you head out into Greenfield.
All right.
The morning is cold.
Mm-hmm.
The sky is bright blue.
Of course it's cold.
The graveyard just looks like a graveyard. There's no fog, no glowing lights. You can practically see the other end of it, but it's big. Trees block the opposite side. And you follow the streets through the lower tier past Agatha Applegate's house and around to the west side of town to Faraday Ironworks. There are signs for lining up for the tour, and there's a little shop out front, but it looks like the main part of the ironworks is gated off, and you can see people working back there, hauling large pallets of metal. You see a Kilpie who's about 2 Ivos tall with green, scaly skin, just carrying this like bundle of metal, almost like girders, that probably weigh a ton. Walking back into the place.
Wow, he's strong.
Yeah, it's busy.
I mean, everything about this place is so touristy. It's hilarious that there's even a tour of the foundry. But we got to get past just the touristy stuff. And we got to see if somebody will actually, like, somebody in charge will talk to us.
Do we want to go on tour and pay for one ticket and have
Stealth check.
a raccoon slip out of the backpack into a trash can and have me do some exploring?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, we can go for it. Ivo's fear is going to be that, like, you only get to make a first impression once. And if your first impression, like, if your luck runs out and your first impression is that you're just trespassing, that nobody's going to want to help us.
Yeah, but
see, this is the two of us. We're going to approach things totally differently, which is fine. So yeah, if you want to stealth in, though, I don't think that we have to pay for a tour to do that.
That's true.
I think if you want to stealth in, you just stealth in. and
You
we'll
don't
do.
want to force Ivo onto a tour of a foundry.
I feel like it would be good for him.
I mean, that's fine. Like, so I'll go the non-deceptive route, and you, and we do the same thing that we did yesterday, and we just see what we can learn. I think you ended up learning more than me yesterday too. So
Well,
Yeah, but you got those berries.
I did get the berries,
You did get
and
the
food
berries.
is something. So, okay. So yeah, Ivo will get in line for a tour. Do we need to have that conversation in character, Mark, or was that okay?
You had that conversation on the way over.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll go on tour. You stealth it up, and maybe Ivo will get warmed back up and be able to make some more friends. I mean, I just do think like both Logan as a person and Ivo as a character is convinced that if we just figure out how to follow the money, we'll find the bottom of this.
I can go
To
look
me-
at
to
their
me, it's just-
accounts payables office as well.
To me it's just obvious that like since the split, one half of the split has done well, one half of the split has not been managed well.
Right.
And it's got to be something to do with that. And if the other detail that's always sticking out about this to me is that this lamp was made different than the other lamps in this world, even in this universe. Like the lamps might be a regular thing, but somebody pouring their soul into one is not a regular thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so for that one specifically to go missing, it means that somebody might be up to no good with that kind of magic.
So you do know that the school was doing okay until about
4 years
4 or
ago.
5 years ago
Right.
when Arnold took over.
Right. When that particular
He's kind
guy
of
took
sinking
over.
it. Yeah.
But that's what I mean is like But how long ago did the split happen? So if the school started to tank 4 or 5 years ago,
Let me see.
I mean the falling out happened, I guess, with the original founders. So it was a long time ago.
It was
It was 100 years ago.
128 years ago.
Yeah, 100. So right after the founding. Okay, so maybe it's not a money
It's
thing.
only 2 years in.
Yeah, but
All right, I'll give you the timeline of everything you know again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll write
So-
it down.
Applegate and Faraday founded Greenfield 153 years ago.
153. Okay.
Applegate founded his school 141 years ago. They fell out 128 years ago. Applegate died 87 years ago. Arnold inherited the school 8 years ago.
and things
And his
started.
dad died 4 years ago, which
Right.
is when
the-
it started
the
to go
dad-
bad.
I remember Arnold's dad died 4 years ago.
And that's when things started to go downhill.
But
that's what
when
brought
did Randall die?
That's what brought Agatha back, and then the lamp goes missing a year from today. So
When did Randall die?
That is one, not information you have. Two, not
Trap.
information I have because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then fine. Randall,
and let's do this, and so let's just switch this up again because this was a good conversation, but we're still going to go with the same plan. I'll go on the tour, you can sneak in, but don't go to the accounts payable. Let's because maybe I'm just wrong.
Maybe you just let me do my thing
Yeah.
as a thieving, lying, conniving raccoon.
It just doesn't make me feel good.
That's yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, let's do the thing then, Mark. Enough talking about
Okay.
it. Sorry. I overthink everything, but here we go.
The two of you get in line for a tour that is going to start shortly. A Grenker comes out. He is a little bit shorter than Ivo. He's got green skin, sort of amphibious looking, and a little like stalk that comes out of the top of his head.
Like the
Oh,
little
yeah, I
orb.
remember seeing that. Yeah.
And you know that in the dark, he can make that thing glow.
Probably just another trap I would fall into.
Okay, everybody, my name's Curtis, and welcome to the tour. And he leads you in. The large gate to this place. This place is this big brick building with smokestacks, and there's a large iron gate that looks like it would slide open for carts and caravans and stuff to come through, and there's a small iron gate which Curtis opens and lets the group in. There are probably 12 of you, There's a group of Woders and a couple humans and a Hylia who looks pretty old. And the tour begins. He shows you around the yard where people are moving stuff and explains the history of this place, which you and our listeners already sort of know. It's when it was founded, and that it was founded by Randall Faraday and is one of the great things that keeps this town on the map. He talks about the stuff that the place manufactures for the Iron Tower, and he gestures towards a tower that you can just see over the far wall that looks like any other Iron Tower.
Mm-hmm.
And
what kind of stuff is that they manufacture? Weapons or?
Yep, weapons, shields, armor, mail, all sorts of stuff. Some larger stuff for the building of the towers, like beams and modern construction. Every once in a while they get a pet project from somebody high up in the Iron Tower to build like an airship or something like that.
That's cool.
So yeah, they've got the large foundry, which he leads you into next, which has these like big crucibles of molten metal being poured. And
I bet you're fascinated.
where along the way is Lila gonna slip out?
I'm gonna say if I see an open hallway that kind of looks like where workers go and everything, I'm just gonna slip out there. Like,
Okay. So as he leads the tour from this big open space with the big crucibles and molten metal and steam and all that stuff, and into a smaller space, you all travel through a little hallway that branches off to the right and left. And let's get a stealth check for Lila slipping away.
Okay.
You get 2 boosts because you're a raccoon.
Yes.
And it's this guy's job to not lose tourists. So I'm going to say it's against a red and a purple.
Come on.
Okay.
Two advantages.
0 successes, 2 advantages. Not our best.
Right.
Not our best night tonight.
Well.
So you hop out of whatever you were hiding in on Ivo's back. And as you hop out, you make direct eye contact with this Grenker.
Oh, I do. Huh?
What do you have for 2 advantages?
Yeah.
2 advantages is almost enough for you to succeed in a different way.
Right. I'm like, oh, thank you so much for the tour.
Did you pay for a ticket?
Yeah, I did. It's right here. I'm gonna take Ivo's ticket out of his pocket.
I don't, he points at you, I don't remember selling you a ticket.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm pretty people forget me quite a bit. I'm,
No,
short in
I don't.
stature and,
Oh.
and I'm sorry if you missed me. I was in the bathroom when he bought my ticket.
I'm gonna have to ask the 2 of you to step aside for a second. Just give me a moment.
I'm gonna forge a second ticket while he tells you to step aside.
I told you this was a bad idea.
Hey,
I just wanted to, walk up, introduce ourselves.
Remember how we talked about learning moments? This might be a learning moment for me.
Tell them what we're here for. I mean, these people should want to find their lamp. They should want to help us. I don't understand how a lamp could go missing and absolutely nobody knows about it.
The Grenker steps off into a hallway and opens one of the next doors, and you hear him saying something to somebody in there.
I'm gonna hide.
Do you have ideas for your 2 advantages?
I'm gonna hide.
And we want to hear what he says.
I'm gonna hide and eavesdrop.
He says, "Sir, I've got another one. Somebody who didn't buy a ticket. Just stowed away. No, it's not that Woder this time. Should I call someone? I mean, we can get the constable in here pretty quickly."
No. I'm hiding from him.
The person that you don't see behind the door says, No, it's no trouble. Just escort them out. Actually, I'll escort them out. You continue the tour, and just make sure to remember their faces. We'll have an artist, draw them up and put them behind the desk like we do with the other ones.
I got on the board of shame.
Not exactly how I wanted to be remembered.
Oh my goodness.
A Helbling steps out of the door
Okay.
and gestures to the two of you with a finger.
I still can't be
So-
hiding.
No, you didn't roll any successes. You're not
Yeah,
hiding at all.
you failed that stealth check.
Yeah.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, he gestures with a finger for the two of you to join him, and Curtis starts the tour up again and gets everybody excited to look at hot metal as they go into the next place.
I'm sorry, Ivo. I know you probably wanted
I
to see
paid
that.
for my ticket. I should. I was frustrated, but for what it's worth, Ivo is gonna try to get off on the right foot with this Helbling and just hold out his hand and say, "I'm Ivo. I'm sorry about my friend."
So the Helbling steps out. He is wearing a nice high-collared suit, little ruffle around the neck. Wow. All right, the two of you just come with me. I don't want to get the authorities involved. This is the second time this month that this has happened.
That's interesting. Why do you think?
Persuasion.
Why do you think so many people want in here?
Because it's interesting, I guess. I don't know. The last person was a kid.
Do you want to flip a coin to try to persuade him that you're not a bad guy and get information?
I'm not a bad guy. You're the one sneaking around.
I know, but you're with me, so,
Whichever one of you wants to be the bad guy, whatever, just follow me, okay?
Okay.
that would be me.
Yep.
And the bad
We just go. I'm the bad guy.
No, we're not
Duh.
going there. No, false.
All right. Yeah. I guess we're following them. Did they shake my hand or did they just not even? They not even.
No, they didn't.
Oh my
They didn't.
gosh. Ivo is having a bad day.
I basically spent your 2 advantages for you by making this person a Hutchin, if you'll remember the Faradays are Hutchins.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
Helblings,
Well,
sorry.
Helbling. Yeah, Helbling. Yeah. No, I got that connection. But that's why my first goal was to give my name and shake hands, but they didn't give their name. So they didn't shake hands. So I'm thrown off balance. Ivo,
Lila's just gonna say to the guy, Ivo did pay for his ticket. I did not, but we're just trying to get more information about your foundry because we're trying to find the missing lamp that everybody has looked for forever. But we just feel like if we had a better
Missing lamp.
understanding,
he's scoffing at you.
I just would like to have a better understanding from your perspective.
From my perspective,
Correct.
my family has run this foundry for
There you
centuries.
go. It is. It's a fair
Yes.
day.
The Fellowship does everything they can to protect us, and this town is doing fine without the lamp. We just need more towers here, more fellows, more paladins, and everything will be fine.
Are the paladins that are out, you hire them?
No,
They work for free. They do it because it's a good thing to do.
we have our own security, and you should be happy that I haven't called them.
No, I
But-
appreciate that. I do. I know you're gonna say anything. You got the charm. Come on, turn it on.
I don't want to fail another roll, but I think I am gonna try, for the sake of my friend. I mean, I understand that we had a couple advantages and they're not calling security, and so going along those lines, I was just gonna thank them and say, well, listen, I appreciate what you're doing for us, and you didn't call security. Again, I just apologize for my friend. The truth is, we do everything together so much. No harm was really intended. She just rides around in my backpack and we go see everything together. I really don't want to give off the wrong impression here. We're trying to help. Is that worth a charm roll?
Yeah, that's worth a charm roll before I respond in a very snarky way.
Right, exactly. And what is it? 3 purples?
Yeah, it is actually. It's a hard check, so it's 3 purples.
Okay.
Do you have any talents that assist with charm or anything?
Well, we have good cop, bad cop, but she didn't really use that once she got caught. We didn't have any successes, so I don't think we're going off of that. I could flip a story coin and make a second one of these a yellow, but I'm already rolling 1 yellow.
You could potentially get 2 triumphs if you were to flip.
Yeah, I want to. That's what I want to do. Is I just want to turn one of these into another yellow. So there's my story coin, and here we go. Roll dice. Dang it!
Wow.
1 failure, 1 advantage. Not my night. 1 failure, 1 advantage. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? This is that curse of the DM that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy it didn't happen last time we were doing combat.
Yeah.
But I'm just not making any friends here, and I understand that. I'll let you respond. Sorry, snarky.
And the last thing you said was meant no harm, right?
I meant no harm. Yeah, we really meant no harm. We do everything together, and it's just kind of habit. That's what I was trying to paint it as.
Yeah. Whether you meant it or not, you did it. Gotta say that this whole tourism thing that's come up is it's not my thing. I'm in charge of it. I do the gift shop and all that stuff, but you're taking good money away from Curtis or Carter or whatever his name is. He survives on those tips, you know? Anyway.
Can I like as this Hellbling is seeing us out, can I pay for the ticket even though we didn't finish the tour?
Sure.
Okay. Like, I don't know how much that's going to subtract from my 60 that I earned, but I'll pay it. Like,
all right.
Ivo, between like the rough night last night, like I just feel like Ivo had this great first experience of like, hey, we're heroes, we'll help the Salters. And then he just like, he falls for a trap. He gets attacked by another ghost. He doesn't sleep well. He's tired this morning. And then they get caught red-handed. And like he feels like they're not making any progress. They're not making any friends. But the least that he can do is like, this person's like now making him feel guilty about like stealing from this poor Granker, just trying to earn an honest living. And so like that, at the very least, Ivo just wants to like pull out the money and offer to pay for the ticket that they didn't pay for before and say, well, please make sure this gets to Curtis. Then I truly am sorry. I am sorry for what it's worth.
So yeah, you get to the door of this place and he opens it and you offer him these just couple of coins.
Yeah.
He looks at it. He looks up at you. He shakes his head a little bit and takes it from you.
Gosh.
Okay.
This guy
I'll get it to him.
less.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, and then I imagine that's it. He's going to shut the door on us.
Yeah. Unless you have anything else you're going to do.
No.
No, we've already.
I don't think Ivo would, but
no.
Does Lila have anything else she's going to do?
Oh. No, she doesn't want to talk to this guy. He's too snooty.
Okay.
She's like,
Snooty is not catching you doing something bad
I know.
and then showing you out.
I know.
But no, I'm not, again.
No, Lila's going to come up with a different way to get in to find answers to this place.
The crazy thing is that you and I have worked out so long as a duo because we say that we have this history and we operate so differently. This is fun.
The door closes. You hear it lock. You are in the cold morning, the blue sky above, the foundry behind you, and the hill of Greenfield in front of you.
All right, Ivo, let's go take a walk around the foundry.
Again?
What are you looking for?
A door. An unlocked door. Or even if it was locked.
You understand. We just got caught.
Yeah.
If you get caught again, they're not going to not call the constable.
Yes.
Next time you'll be facing whatever security force they have.
All I want is information. Unless you could find me a library that has information on the foundry.
We could just try our luck elsewhere today. Listen, we did get information. I don't want you to think that we walked away with nothing here. He told us he doesn't even think they need the lamp. That is information. That's another piece of this story. You have some people who value it because somebody put his literal heart and soul into it. And then you've got people who don't value it at all because they trust the Iron Tower.
You know what? So the guy who kicked us out, do you
And
think that was the guy that was like the great-grandkid
yes,
of Randall?
I mean, obviously that was a fair day, but he wasn't introducing himself.
Do you think he has kids?
Possibly, but gosh, no. Let's not go mess with the kids.
The only reason why is sometimes kids know everything about their parents' business.
Oh.
But not be weird about it.
Oh. How can you not be weird? Hey, your dad doesn't like us. Want some candy?
We're not going to go kidnap anybody. Just saying.
Listen, we were having much better luck with the Salters in the graveyard. We know that there's a special monument there. There's still a chance that, those people would be willing to help us. There's got to be a chance.
Fine.
Here's my other idea. And if you want to do something sneaky, what if sort of the other thieves in town know something? Isn't there always like a underworld in every city?
I can't answer that because I don't know.
You can do a check.
I could do a check.
I mean, could we argue that that's streetwise?
That's a streetwise.
That's absolutely streetwise. And
against how what?
But here's the thing: we also have that piece of information that you're not even the first person to try to sneak around the foundry. And so, what if we even just go try to meet one of those people? Maybe somebody was more successful than you.
Right.
Right?
What if there's a worker that we could get more information out of?
I'm not talking about honest workers. I'm talking about the people who are like you.
Okay, what am I rolling? Purple or red or?
You're rolling 2 purples.
Do you like this idea? I'm not trying to force you into any rolls.
No, it's okay. I think we're just both a little irritated after last night.
At each other. But I also think, just role-playing Ivo, he doesn't want to upset more of these. Hey, you got 2 successes, 1 threat. Yeah. We finally succeeded at something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
you know a guy.
I know a guy.
You know a guy.
I know a guy.
With your threat, the last interaction you had him was not a good interaction.
This is going to make for a great interaction, though. This is the person, by the way, that I totally won't feel bad, good cop, bad copping.
Right. Now I do have...
His name is Fenris. He's got a shop in the area, sort of a sketchy area near, but not super close to the inn that you're staying in.
Okay. What is he?
He's a Dvergar.
Nice.
So this is information Lila would have. He's a Dvergar, and he sells relics, like stuff dug up from graves. He's a grave robber.
Yeah, I understand. Ivo suggested this because he knew that it was something that you're good at, and he figured that you knew somebody. But you would know, having traveled with him before and doing similar things, this isn't something that he likes to do. Mm-hmm. But I think that we also know what roles we're about to play.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2 of you head back across town. You find a more direct route that goes up the hill a little bit. And as you come closer to the graveyard and the 3rd shift, you get this panorama view of the cemetery and the countryside around it. And you see the little farms off in the distance. And for probably the first time since the last time you were there, you were ground level with it. You get the enormity of this place. The space has been used and reused for centuries, and the Salters have their work cut out for them. You can see spots where there are large mausoleums and other spots that are overgrown with bushes and tall grass and trees and probably haven't been touched in decades. And you can vaguely see that memorial and the 3rd shift where you're staying. And then you head through town to Fenris's shop. A little bell dings above the door as you head in, and you see rows and rows of cases with bones and knives and other paraphernalia in them. Very just like treasures and stuff. And there's a counter, and behind the counter is a Dvergar who looks like he is cleaning some sort of bone with a little brush. And he doesn't look up and says, "Welcome in. You two, just let me know if there's something I can do for you. I've got all sorts of..." He looks up.
Fenris.
Lila.
Fenris, how
You
are
got
you?
some nerve coming back here.
Well, I'm in desperate need for some information. And she's gonna put like 5 coins on the counter or whatever.
We're opening up with bribery.
No. I'd be like, this is for last time.
I'll take it as a down payment.
That like stings Lila's pride just a little bit.
Thanks for listening to Tales from the Grey Library. The Lost Lantern features the voices of Kayla and Logan from the Battle Buddies podcast. Battle Buddies is an actual play D&D podcast focused on collaborative storytelling, exciting adventures, and meaningful friendships. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts, and they have new episodes every other week. If you liked today's episode, be sure to subscribe to Tales from the Grey Library for reminders about new episodes. Be sure to also leave us a rating and a review wherever you get your podcasts. Tales from the Grey Library is based on The Otherplace by Mark Eberhardt. If you like this story, be sure to listen to The Otherplace and Fenrayne Files wherever you get your podcasts. Tales is played using the Genesys system by Fantasy Flight Games and Edge Studio. Tales is produced by Nightcast Creative. To find out more about us and the podcasts we make, visit nightcastcreative.com.